And you know what? I'd finally grown to accept that, you know, the main plot was at least halfway acceptable. Oh. Like, I really desperately need to play a game with a plot that isn't ass. Because how many games have we played this year where the plot was just ass?
And it was either throughout or it was all the last act.
Yeah. Because, like... this...
Might as well save so you don't have to repeat anything.
This plot makes Oninaki look good. I didn't know that was possible!
But
like,
in
at least...
Oninaki, none of the characters were likable. At least in this, we like the characters.
I guess.
Ish.
Why is she waiting here?
Yeah. Oh, Mia. Let me guess. You chose the wrong gym to go to.
Oh, they're gonna be down there.
Someone saw those sword and shield weirdos. They said they got through the door. But the door's closed with an electric lock. Opening it might take some time.
I guess we should have done this in order.
Mm-hmm.
Nice timing, you lot. The stadium has just about reached its limit. There's simply too many Dynamax Pokémon running wild in there. Seems Wishing Star Pokémon is being used for some evil purpose. And that's what's caused all this. That's a problem, alright. But before we get that sorted, we gotta do something about these Dynamax Pokémon. Glad we got you all here now. Well, we've already done the bulk of the work. We're here to help too, right, Mia? Leave it to us.
Leave it to us.
Fantastic. Looks like we've got ourselves together an unbeatable team. Especially you, Pierce. The way you battled me in the Champion Cup, you really had my Dynamax Pokémon up against the wall. Things might actually go better this time if we split our little bands. Right. Everyone split up so we can take down one of the Dynamax Pokémon. Let's do it.
Okay, so because there are multiple in this gym, we have to fight a Dynamax Pokemon alone?
Hey, thank you Exodus for gifting a sub to Rowan, and thank you Verisok for the 500 bits. I have checked out. Oh hey, it's a Hexorus.
Ooh, nice.
Just want anyone happy after this. I mean, like, I'm not mad. I'm just shocked and disappointed.
These mango chips are scrumptious.
Like, we desperately need to play a game once we're done with this. And I mean, Star Wars so far has had a decent plot, I guess. Like, at least Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order seems to have a decent plot. No, not Persona 5. I've already played Persona 5.
Just give him a mango chip.
But, like, I would have understood this kind of plot from, like, an indie developer that had no experience making games. But, like, this is worse than Pokemon Red and Blue's plot, which was non-existent. When your story is worse than no story, don't have a story.
Well, in Red and Blue, it was just Team Rocket is fighting you at every turn and sabotaging things and stealing things. You beat them, you beat their boss, you find out that their boss is leader to one of the final gyms that you weren't able to fight all the way at the beginning, and then you defeat the Elite Four, and yay, and
you know, it was kind of fun. There was an implied story there.
well,
See, did we enjoy the Fire Emblem Three Houses plot? It was mostly good. There were some real weird plot holes that I hope the Golden Route
and quite frankly, too many
fixes.
characters, actually.
Yeah, well, that was partly our problem.
Because
like
we
our
recruited
fault.
everyone.
What they should have had was, like, a couple of characters that were for each house, and then a bunch of kind of neutral characters that always join you. So that, like, limit it down to just, like, say 10 house agnostic students, and then, you know, maybe 12 students crossed between each house or so. I don't know. Anyway. You guys are the greatest, and you really got me out of a tough spot here. I think I better snap a quick one to remember this victory by.
Really? A photograph? Okay.
He's the selfie king.
Yep.
I'll take care of the Pokemon that went wild. No need for you all to worry about that. Mia, give me a ring if things should go to pot again.
You got Raihan's for a lead card.
I'm always happy to lend a hand if I can. The great Raihan is here for you anytime. And Piers, you and I have got a battle again. This time, no Dynamaxing for either of us. Wishing stars being used for evil? Assume you're all looking into who's behind it, right? Hang on then. I'll take care of things here at the Hammerlock Stadium. So the reason those red and blue buffoons could make so many Pokemon Dynamax is because they hearted so...
Wait, stop that.
No.
Let's up the tempo.
None of it matters. It's just like, they're doing this because they got the wishing stars, which has been restated, I believe, 5 times in the past 2 conversations. Like, I'd be interested in listening to any of this if it was new information, but it's not.
Alright.
What was the gym here?
Still inside. It was the... Yeah, Ghost.
Wander's having a meltdown. Yep. I've been kind of pissed and confused for a while now.
Because this should have been incorporated into the
This should have
main
been part
story.
of the main plot, and I would have been okay with it. But as it stands, it's like, hey, let's go get that legendary dog. And then it's just like, here's really dumb shit in very high quantities. And it's like, what? Why? The main problem is, too, all it is just go back to all of the gyms that you've been before and fight one Dynamax Pokemon. Oh, you came to help me. Yeah, something like that. How are things looking? The people all got out, but I'm the gym leader. I'll battle the Dynamax Pokemon. Nice one! Let's all work together.
But you see, I thought that this was going to happen when we initiated the apocalypse, or when
Like,
Rose initiated
this
the apocalypse.
should have happened, like, Professor Rose... not Professor Rose. If Chairman Rose had set off the Darkest Day, and then these absolute assholes decide to roll in, steal the Thunder, and more or less, like, we're about to maybe confront Eternatus, and then they're like...
Or if Rose was even pressured by the guys to do it all.
Maybe, yeah, if they were the ones that, like...
They were the
forced
ones...
his hand, or like more or less like, oh yeah, if they convinced Chairman Rose, oh, that'd be perfect. If Leon's like, no, you know, this is wild and crazy, and you know, this can wait
but
one day.
But only we will be able to tame Eternatus.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. So Leon says no, and so Chairman looks around, finds these 2 asshats who are like, well, we've got the 2 legendary dogs, like we can keep this thing under control. Don't worry, leave it to us.
We're descendants of the heroes.
But then, you know, we start doing our champion match, and then, like, midway through the final fight against, you know, maybe even, Leon and my main Pokemon,
they decide
Dynamax, and then everything explodes.
Yeah, they decide to Dynamax it because Leon wouldn't be there to stop them.
Yeah, exactly. And so, in our absence, shit goes wrong, and we have to chase these...
There's Dynamax...
there's Dynamax Pokemon everywhere, so we have to put out fires, and also chase down these assholes who've stolen all the wishing stars, and more or less, like, are trying to use this calamity to say, like, you know, look at where the chairman led you. We should be kings because we have royal lineage and we're gonna save you all. And you have to, like, take the legendary dogs from them.
And it's not until they release enough Dynamax energy that then Eternatus would pop up. So then after you defeat all the gyms, well, not all the gyms, but after you defeat all the Dynamaxing Pokemon in every town and stuff, you save the people, everyone's, you know, congratulating you, whatever. You go back to the main gym and they're like, oh, you know, Eternatus has arrived and such, and it's this glorious battle where... would you have it that we have to defeat the Sword and Shield guys, and it turned out they could never actually summon Zacian and Zamazenta?
Yeah,
like
they never could.
They had the items, but they could never bring them out.
Or maybe even we go to the quote-unquote final battle, you know, we go to the lab below, and they specifically come out to stop us. Not Chairman Rose, but they do. and then you find out they don't have the legendary dogs. You know, they've been threatening you with it this entire time.
But at that point, you had already gotten the sword and shield from the shrine.
Exactly.
And then they're like, what? How did you?
Yeah,
and
like,
it was
it'd
because
be cliche, but at least it would be acceptable. This is just bad. Like,
there was a better way that they could have incorporated all of this.
yeah.
And then it would have padded out the length of the game, but it all would have been cohesive and it all would have made sense.
Yeah.
Rather than have this all tagged on at arguably what should have been
mid-game.
Yeah.
Because, like, here's our villainous organization that we were practically begging for the entire game, being like, hey, we need somebody to hate on in this game.
Yeah, Team Yell wasn't it, and the chairman wasn't really much of a character.
No.
Yep. But, in any case, let's continue.
That'd be brilliant, thanks. And loads of them. I hope everyone can take one each, please. Let's go. Apparently the user reviews for this are like 4 and 3.5. I think it deserves a little bit better than that, if only because the main game, well, shallow, and the plot was also shallow. Oh, I thought I switched. Oh well. I guess
Then again, you said that all of this is ruining the game for you.
It is!
Despite
like, if they hadn't
everything
included
else.
this chapter, I would have ended this game on a, probably like a 7.
maybe it was too short, but that's okay.
Like, I'm fine with short. I really enjoyed the wild area stuff. Like, that's lovely. I love the Dynamax raids, if only because it really simplified not only catching Pokemon, but, like, Pokemon variety. Because, like...
Cooking was a nice way in the camp to build up your relationship with your Pokemon and also heal them, but I would have preferred that there were more activities.
Yeah, more activities. Because they've pared down the stuff that you can do in Pokemon games. Like,
because you used to be able to hand feed your Pokemon.
You could hand feed your
cookies and
Pokemon.
stuff. You could pet them.
You used to have hideouts that you could build and decorate. With, like, areas outside the hideouts that you had to, like, put traps in to prevent other trainers from raiding it. They got rid of that in Gen 3. And then never brought it back. They used to have beauty contests.
And
That's
the Megas should have remained.
Megas are gone. Z-moves are gone. Pokeball crafting is gone. Berry farming is gone.
Really, this is almost like they mixed Megas and Z moves together.
And I kind of appreciate that, but, like, they should have at least ported over the Megas and had them all be the Gigantamax forms.
Right, because Mega Gengar, Mega Chart, yeah, it all never...
Thanks a lot. Pokemon have all calmed down. I can rest here. I should be fine in time. Yeah, here, my league card. You can leave things here to me. I'd rather go, you go and help those who need you. Bye. The hideouts were in both Gen 3 and 4. Yep. Were they in 3 and 4? I just remember them in one of them, but it's okay. Mia, we gotta help all the other places where these Dynamax Pokemon are running wild. Looks there are 2 Pokemon stadiums left to check.
And I would have rather that there had been one setting. Like, well, sorry, that the settings for the town, like, the town looked pristine and fine. It's like what we said before. The skies should have been raging red.
Yeah,
and
people should have been
screaming
panicking
or
and
cowering.
hiding and shit.
Yeah. Maybe even over the gym you could see the top of the Pokemon that was Dynamaxed. too.
Yeah. I mean, just scale the model up. They already have it. Just have it, like, put a hole in the giant gym.
Well, the gym does have a hole. That's why.
Oh, yeah, it does. So, yeah, just have the Pokemon, like, leering at us as we run in.
Yeah.
Or it's like...
Imagine if the whole forest was tinged red and...
There's fires and you can see it stomping around and shooting off beams and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, you lot. Pete, what about the Dynamax Pokemon? You think I, the elite fairy-type gym leader, would have any kind of trouble? That's right, you're the gym leader now. Though, I don't know about elite or whatever. Please don't tell me you came here to help. First of all, you're a bit late to be of any use, and second, I didn't need any help. Why'd I know you'd say something like that? We came all the way out here just to lend a hand. What an obnoxious gym leader. Next gym challenge is shaping up to really be something. Oleana, you tricked and used me. From now on, I only decide how I live. And I think what I should do now is have a battle with you, Mia.
Oh, really?
Look, I'm sorry, mate, but this is hardly the time. Don't always be in such a hurry, boy. You aced my quiz, so show little composure. Beat has already quieted 3 Dynamax Pokemon. He's given you the luxury of some extra time. Bean's life won't be bound by what other people say any longer. Although I certainly influenced a few of his decisions not long ago. Now that you mention it, I suppose you did. Yeah, as expected of a wise 88-year-old granny, I guess. This has nothing to do with Miss Sobble. This battle's for me. Now, don't dilly-dally. Your only option is to accept. I'll battle you and I understand. God damn it. My Pokemon have risen from the ashes. I'll grant you a brief glimpse at how amazing we've become. At least he did his job. Like, I am still baffled by the fact that all the other gym leaders couldn't handle the Dynamax Pokemon, yet Bede can. So you want the wild Dynamax Pokemon to go fall Kaiju, right? Absolutely. I don't
Oh, my days as gym leader, whatever.
I don't care. I mean, I do. This game is still enjoyable, but it's just like, boy.
Gardevoir.
Yeah, it's okay, Broodlord's got this.
You need to sit up so that you're not getting hiccups.
I'm so tired.
Tired? Now? That's not even, isn't it only just 6 o'clock or something?
I'm just tired of this game. Like, I thought we'd just load this up for like 2 hours and then be done with the plot. You know, finish the Elite Four.
Oh,
say a couple of things.
I thought that we were going to have to fight Dynamax Pokemon.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. I just wasn't expecting, like, hey, you know all those gyms we made? Time to revisit them for reasons.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to have to do all that before we went to encounter Eternatus.
Yeah! Like,
we've said this several times, though.
I don't know. I'm going to go rehash something I said before. Like, the integration of the Gym Challenge and the Pokemon League really made sense. And, like, I was actually kind of appreciative of that. Boy, they squandered it with everything else. And, yeah, I realize I'm on loop here, but, like, the game literally is not giving me more material to care about, because it's just, go here, fight, go here, fight, go here, fight, go here, fight. I don't even know what he's throwing out. You know, just might be the strongest champion in Galarian history.
Yeah, be humble.
Okay.
Or
yeah,
not.
Sure.
I've still got a ways to go.
Oh, I'll make sure you something or other.
I'll draw out every bit of strength from you.
Okay. Cool. Oh, right, no Dynamaxing. Well, that makes this easier.
Well. Phantom Force! Oh, I like that he did the whole tail smack.
Yeah. Like, his design is kind of silly, but I like him.
Well, we defeated him.
That Wander get Broodlord. There's a separate area to the wild, or of the separate area of the wild zone to the northwest, near, I don't know, near the Dragon Town, effectively. If you cross the river, there's an area filled with dragon Pokemon and other high-level things, and that's where it was. This must be some mistake. I mean, I'm the one who's the gym leader. And I'm the champion, dunce.
Yeah, which means you defeated all the gym leaders.
Thanks for the battle. I can now accept you as the champion. Painful to admit, but I've come to realize a few of my own weaknesses. But I'll keep getting stronger. I'll reach the pinnacle of what fairy types can do.
But you'll always fail if someone has a dark type, right? Or no, is that the other way around? Is dark good against fairy, or is fairy good against dark?
Fairy's good against dark.
Fairy's good against dark.
Yep.
And fairy's good against dragon.
Now then,
I always get them mixed up.
now then, as gym leader, I'll do my duty and clean the stadium.
So-
Now, that's what I would call a perfectly pink Pokemon battle.
So it's Steel and Ghost, and what else that's good against? Poison? Was Poison good against Fairy too?
Steel and Poison. The only reason why Ghost was good was because I was using Psychic. Or not Psychic, I was using Ghost against Psychic over and over again.
Okay, Fairy is still such a new type to me.
Even after losing his right to participate in a gym challenge, Bede still found his own way to crash the Champion Cup. Yeah, I'd say he's a force to be reckoned with. I think I get why he was chosen to be the next gym leader. He might be unbearable at times, or really most of all the time, but he's a fierce trainer. Takes things seriously. Yeah, watching him battle you is plain to see how much work he puts into it. If you both are gonna keep talking, how about I fetch you a nice cuppa? Right, I hear you. I won't be outdone by that Bede or anyone. On to the next one. Looks like most of the stadiums have got this Dynamax problem sorted now. Let's keep up the pace, Mia. There's only one Pokemon Stadium with Dynamax trouble left. Let's finish this already.
And we have to go to the ice one? Is it?
Yeah.
And then we'll have to go back to Raihan's.
Yep. And we go down to the basement, fight them once and for all, get the dog, done.
Maybe.
I hope. Wait, fire resist fairy? I had no idea. Did we choose to have Pierre follow us? No, he just randomly joins for this one. Because he's the only gym leader whose gym doesn't have Dynamax Pokemon in it.
And also he retired as a gym leader and has
Oh,
Marnie.
right. Because Marnie actually took over. I thought she said no.
Wait, yes, you're right. She did say no. Then who's
He
in
retired
Spike with?
anyway.
Then who is... Okay.
Get to safety, you three.
Who do you think you're talking to then? We're here to help, not be helped.
Oh, it's you three. I was a little too into things. I didn't notice right away, I'm afraid.
Mia's here so everyone can relax.
There appear to be no less than 4 Dynamax Pokémon. I was just going over a plan on how to handle things. With all these strong trainers together, I'm sure that we can work something out here. Are you all ready then? Let's head to the pitch.
God, I hope Final Fantasy VII's remake is really good.
Well, that's the thing. It's just going to be a remake.
Yeah, but the plot for that game was actually pretty damn good.
Right, so the plot will probably still be there.
I hope
in
so.
all of its entirety. I don't think they're going to be rewriting it.
Because we've just been playing a lot of JRPG-ish things recently, and all of them have just had kind of bad plots. Like, that's part of the reason why I've been playing Disgaea 4 lately, because the plot's good, or at least fun. Maybe not the most exciting and kind of tropey, but sardines.
You know when people make those pictographs of 3 things and you can only choose 2?
Yeah.
What would it be for a story? Would it be quality? And then how many tropes there are?
It's two kind of issues you're working here.
And then unique?
Because with a JRPG, you can have quality, speed, and something. Pick 2. Maybe?
Cringeworthy cliches.
Well, probably story, gameplay, and speed.
Ah.
Pick 2. So speed is how often the game comes out.
Okay, so a quality game with a good plot and good gameplay takes more time. A game that comes out swiftly, but has good gameplay but not a good plot. I suppose that's true. There are ones with good gameplay, but there's nothing really to be a backbone for it. And then you can have a good game with good plot, but there's barely any gameplay. But that just seems like genres as opposed to quality. I don't know.
Well, it kind of makes sense, though.
Whew. Is everyone feeling alright?
Just barely. Battling a Dynamax Pokemon all on your own is pretty hard work. Ha.
Of course you had no problem, Mia. You really seem like a reliable trainer too, huh?
I do? Looks like he ain't used to compliments. Look, he's got a grin wider than a Meowth. I do not. Shut your gob, Piers.
I'll take care of the Pokemon we battled. No need for anyone to worry. Mia, it's not much of a reward, but have a copy of my lead card.
You got Melanie's rare lead card.
Give me a call if anything happens. Don't overdo it out there.
Let's see. Wonder if you ever played Xenoblade 1. I played a lot of it, but I've never finished it. I always get to Bionis' head, finish that plotline, and then kind of stop. I'm waiting for the HD version. We'll do a series on it. Right, I think that's all the stadium sorted now. We didn't miss any, did we, Mia? All that's left is to catch those sword and shield weirdos. If we don't find them quick, they could just start all this up again. Wasn't Professor Sonia supposed to be looking into where those two might be? Once we find them again, I'm gonna take them right down. That's your Rotom phone, Mia. It's gotta be Sonia.
Mia, it's me, Sonia.
Heh, called it.
Those sword and shield weirdos got into Hammerlock Stadium and are headed for the energy plant. The door to the plant's locked. You should already know that. You ran into me there. But I think I can get it open. Give me a bit, and you'll be able to get in there. You hear that? Hammerlock Stadium. Get over here as soon as you can.
Even over the phone, Sonia sure sounds lively. We should hurry to Hammerlock Stadium. I'm like losing the will to read the dialogue at this point.
Well, let's fly back. Okay.
Play Death Stranding. No. It's just too long.
Why don't you save and then...
Like, we've been playing this game for...
40 hours?
It'll be 20 hours.
20 hours. Well,
by
yeah.
the time we're done. And admittedly, some of that was extra off-camera grinding.
Yeah, he was off-camera grinding for a bit.
But, like...
What? You're back already? Hold on a minute. I think I've almost got it. Huh? That's strange. Wow. Yeah.
Zap.
Oh, brute force. Great, Yamper. What? It opened? Yamper, I should have known. Well, thanks for your help.
Your phone. I do not know how... I thought they were supposed to say, like, yamp, yamper, purr, purr. Like, you know what I never understand.
Shall just go.
Okay, fine. Those two weird guys are probably up ahead. Be careful.
But, like, I'd like to play Death Stranding, but it's just too long for me to, like, really want to invest the time.
I heard it's really slow and you're just delivering things.
Yeah, but, like, there is a beauty in that, even if that beauty is part Stockholm Syndrome. The problem is, like, any game that goes above 20 hours better have, like, a really, really interesting gameplay, or I'm just gonna get bored.
Oh, here we are again.
Like... Well. Seems that you've broken the lock and rescued the stadiums from their perils. As expected of the champion. You followers give them your praise. Yay. What's with these weirdos? They really creep me out. Why are you forcing Pokemon to Dynamax? All the lies and fake stories you all believe. We did it in order to expose the true nature of Zacian and Zamazenta. Zacian and Zamazenta saved all of Galar. Pah, what a fool. We have always been revered as the resplendent descendants of the real hero. It's all because of you ruffians had to go and save Galar from Eternatus. And that woman went and wrote a whole book about it all. That's right. You should be ashamed. said that the real heroes were Pokemon. You just carelessly changed history.
You're not doing your British accent?
What does that mean we are? You say that our esteemed ancestors were liars.
Well, I could believe that you two are descendants of the Galarian king.
That's right. Compare the way things were to the way things are now. It's obvious that the old history was better. It was right. To suddenly start creating heroes left and right is complete rubbish.
You're wrong! What I wrote was the truth! My hypothesis was that Zacian and Zamazenta have been protecting the Galar region since ancient times.
Well then, if we're at an impasse, perhaps we should test which truth is the most truthy. If things really are as you say, then even if we bombard them with Galar particles, they should remain calm and stalwart. I get it. So all those sudden Dynamax Pokemon from before were just your little experiments. You seriously want to make 2 Pokemon that saved us all run amok? It seems you're indeed capable of understanding something. My magnificent older brother is wrapping up the preparations above. You think we'll let you get away with this? Oh, so you want to take the lift up? Then you'll have to defeat us.
Alright then.
It's time I shall show you the opulent Pokemon I've raised explicitly for this battle.
You're challenged by Shieldbert. You set out Surfetch.
So, they're just pissed she wrote a book about all of this and slandered their good name.
But it's... Oh, because they wanted their ancestors to be the heroes as opposed to Pokemon?
Yeah. That by theorizing that the 2 Pokemon were actually the ones that saved everyone, these guys got pissed off because that hurt their reputation.
I mean, it would have been cool if an ancestor of mine had met a super legendary Pokemon and was chosen, if you will, by them.
Yeah. Like, I mean, let's go with Pokemon manga lore. If my ancestor was red and everybody was like, actually the real hero was...
Pikachu.
Well,
it would have been
Red
Charmander.
didn't have a Pikachu.
It would have been Charmander.
Well, no, he did have a Pikachu now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
It's just that Yellow ends up with a Pikachu. Because it like...
They had to rewrite it.
It sort of escapes. But, you know, fine. Okay, sure. If like, Ash Ketchum was my ancestor, but then somebody was like, actually, it was kind of Pikachu that did all the work. And then I was like, you lie! Ash did all the work! I'm going to exterminate all Pikachus to prove you wrong! It's just like, whoa! Hold up! Where did this nonsense come from, you spaz child?
So, the interesting thing is you're going to beat Shield here. Shieldbert. The sword dude is going to have to be up top.
And then we're going to have to fight one of the 2 as a Dynamax? Probably Dynamax. Oh, he actually survived that.
I'm curious as to how they're going to excuse why one of them is catchable and the other one isn't.
Or maybe they are catchable.
Maybe Hop just automatically gets the other one.
Probably.
Because in older versions, you could catch both of the major legendaries.
Yeah, you just had to wait until like level 80 or 90.
Yeah, so if you got Silver, you would face Lugia really early on, and then Ho-Oh later.
I know you're in a hurry to lose, but we should enjoy this for a while longer. I just don't have anything to say anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, water will help. At least for me. But it is kind of mind-numbing. And Rose was just disposed of and we'll never see him again?
Oh ho, my noble Pokemon.
Oh, now he's crying.
And so I am defeated.
Or he's just shaking his head.
We've driven them back, and now we can head up to the roof.
Oh, it was a howl.
What was that sound?
Oh, well, it happens my older brother was given enough time. Should we head up?
Are you gonna talk with him one more time?
Why?
You're right.